We leave you with a sermon on unity that crosses the lines of faith.
Here is NBC2's Sean Martinelli with tonight's Story to Share.
The endless beauty of Sanibel Island does not mean there's endless space. That's why for the past 28 years, Bat Yam Temple and the United Church of Christ have shared a place of worship.
Emor livnei Yisrael.
But when it comes to matters of faith,
one of them asked Jesus a question to test him.
Pastor John Danner and Rabbi Stephen Fuchs are split.
We have theological differences.
The biggest difference, of course, is the role that Jesus plays in our understandings.
His beliefs about Jesus and mine are very different.
Early in their history together, the two congregations reached a breaking point, a moment where they realized they simply couldn't tolerate each other any longer because tolerance just wasn't enough.
I think we need to go beyond tolerance, and the words I like to use are respect and affirmation.
It is possible to move beyond mere tolerance if you're willing to put in the work.
Perhaps it's in that spirit that when Rabbi Fuchs interviewed for his position here 3 years ago, he had a request.
Said, okay, well, if I'm going to be living with these folks, I'd like to meet their pastor.
Came in here with the president of the synagogue, my wife, me and John.
Discovered some things in common.
He began to talk about his views.
We're both Red Sox fans.
It was, yeah, this could work.
Their meeting went so well that before it ended, and before Rabbi Fuchs even got the job, he made a proposal.
We should lead a trip together to Israel. And he said, let's do it.
How could believers from very different faiths make such a sacred pilgrimage together? And yet they did. The Christian congregation accompanied the Jewish congregation to temple. The Jewish people went to service with the Christians.
What made it such a powerful experience was the simple fact that we went together.
That dedication to finding common ground continues at home. Each January, both congregations come together for a reflection on what they share in common. It's their yearly reminder that differences lead to division only if we let them.
When we're willing to listen to each other, really listen to each other, more often than not, we find things that are well worth hearing.
I'm very proud to be Jewish. If necessary, and I hope and pray it never will be, I'm willing to die to remain Jewish. But that doesn't mean you should be Jewish, or John, or anybody else. I do believe God wants us to be caring, kind, compassionate people. But beyond that, what you believe is your business.
A message God sent and received. On Sanibel Island, Sean Martinelli, NBC2.
We needed that message at a time when it seems like people in this country